Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today, we're doing a really fun thing called Bird. Now, I know everyone and their mom can do Bird, but it's fun sometimes, you know? And there's some people out there that, they gotta get their bearings on Bird, which is fine. We've all been there. Uh, there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe your gear is not that great. Maybe you just can't get as much UR pendants, so you can't max out the characters you'd like to, so you could actually do Bird. That's fine. To be fair, I used to use like Green Arthur for the longest time. Don't get me wrong, he's great, but so is Eskinard, and so is Melly, so is DK, so is Magelda. Magelda, I know a lot of people decide to not run Magelda in Bird, which is fine. You could run full demons, you could run full humans. I've seen full goddesses. I've seen YouTube's a great place. You see a lot. I think just using Magelda makes your life just so much easier. Even if like your equipment's not that great, or even if it is, Magelda just makes life easy. Her only issue, obviously, is that her attack card is kind of doo-doo, but her ultimate, on the phase 4 of floor 1, does damage cap always. I've never not hit damage cap with this ultimate. Sure, it's 6-6, but it wasn't always 6-6, and I've always hit damage cap with this thing. It is great. By the way, I do run a attack crit. Not the best, sub rolls, but it's Bird. It's Bird. Your gear doesn't have to be perfect for Bird. You can run an SR plus gear for all of your units, and I swear you'll do great. You can run almost anything. Like this team. This team is just a powerhouse team. Magelda is just, she's the unit for the beast itself. There's nothing bad about her, really. Her relic works great for it as well. It just makes her passive better, which is great. I know the red Magelda is pretty good too. I don't really ever use her, so I don't really ever max out at the moment. I am aware that you can use red Magelda instead of blue, if say you don't have blue, which is fine. You know, use red Magelda. You could probably get away without using Magelda at all. Full demons, full goddesses, full humans. You can see it all. There's so much you could do with Bird. Trust me, it's really easy, and I'm sure seem like a lot of people run a lot of different teams. My personal favorite team, the one I've been able to get the fastest clears with, is this team specifically. You could switch DK out for like Eller or Zodras. I don't see why not. Honestly, I might do that this run just to see. Eller Zodras is really good, so yeah. Maybe I'll just give him a shot instead of DK. DK's cool, but his first and second turn damage are kinda. It's Demon King. What do you expect? He's a really good unit though. I will use LR Zodras in this run though, just for the fun of it. I don't have UR attack crit give for Zodras. I'm gonna have to. That's gonna be my next thing I make if I get to it before the next Fez unit comes out. As of recently, I just invested into Ratalia and Naofumi. They're pretty cool. Yeah. I haven't really messed with, what do you call it? Glass and Fatoria. Also Philo. I don't really care about her much. Actually, I don't even have Fatoria. I have Glass though, wherever she is. There she is. I've seen that she's pretty good, but I don't know. I don't really have a need for her, Really, with Bird, you can run a lot. You can run Gnomes with Freyr. You could run demons. You can run full demons. You can run full sins. You can run Blue King. Blue King is a fabulous unit for this. Wherever he is. Where's King? There's King. This King. Blue Fez King. He is a beautiful unit for this. His ultimate, great stuff. His Holy Relic, he actually just got one. I don't even know why I'm saying that. It was like a year ago now. It's pretty decent time ago. You get this from dogs, I believe. Which is, higher up in the tier, you're trying to figure out how to do bird. I wouldn't just worry about the Holy Relic. His passive is beautiful on its own. 100% damage increase, but oh no, decrease damage by 100% and then increase by 25. Beautiful passive. Then you get the 30% when he uses and then the barrier. The barrier is, you know, activates the rest of the passive as well. Pretty standard stuff. Goddesses, you know, you just run the guy Mael. You could even have him, well, you can't because, you know, Goddess Link, you can't have 2 Goddess Links. I'm just gonna save myself some time. You're in Margaret, actually probably better with Red Tarn passive. And then you're on LR Liz. You don't even need Magelda in the Goddess team. Because you can literally just put Red Tarmir and you'll have a great time. Or you can not use LR Liz. You can use this Queen Elizabeth. She's probably better. Since you don't really need LR Liz for bird. Because, you know, bird is easy. Yeah. You can even use Queen Sario. I'm sure he'd work great for this. Obviously, you just put Red Tarmir. Have a little bit of fun. Obviously, you don't want this here because you can't use 2 links on a goddess. You know, 2 graces. Yeah, this team would work great. You could run. Let me just take these out, save myself some time. You could run humans, like just pure humans. Yeah. LR Escanor, he works great. What do you have? You can run Chaos Arthur if you have him. I know a lot of people didn't summon for him because, you know, he got power crept pretty damn fast. And then, yeah, Roxy. Roxy's a beautiful unit. She could, if you run this Escanor with Roxy, he gets Kurdoff. He gets his really cool death damage on his card. 30% of the damage he does. Oh my god. And then the Roxy extra 300% of her attack. Yo. Damage cap is a breeze with these 2 on the same team. You don't even have to run LR Escanor. Honestly, just don't. This guy is honestly just way better for demonic beasts. I mean that. Unless maybe like deer. But we're not talking about deer today. Bon? Actually I probably wouldn't run Bon. I just run Burnhild. Burnhild is great. What I definitely used Burnhild for like the longest time. Her Power Strike card? Yeah. Power Strike card is so good. You do really good damage on the 4th phase of floor 1. I do use attack crit gear on Burnhild. I used to run crit chance gear in here. But it's like her only other use is Belmoth. And like you don't really use crit chance in Belmoth because you can't crit in Belmoth. So I stray from using it. Just use attack crit. It's honestly just way better. Attack subslots. It's just better. Chaos Arthur. Actually, let's do this. HP defense. You know, you can run humans. Humans is great. Say you were to run demons. Where's demons at? Demons. LR melee. LR melee. DK melee. I wouldn't really use Purgatory melee. I'm pretty sure you could just because of how easy Bird is. So you could probably get away with it. Predator Meliodas, he is a fabulous unit for any demonic beast, really. I'm pretty sure he has a team for every demonic beast so far, at least, except for the newest one. So I kind of lied to you there. You could use, I mean, obviously, for demons, you kind of want Esterosa. He's kind of like the focal point of the demon team. If you don't have him in the team, then there's really no point using demons at all. Just kind of give up on that, please. You could run Chandler. Chandler's great. You can run Demon King. You could run. I wouldn't really run this Eldris, the Omnidus Nebula. He's cool. Holy Relic makes him better, but he's still like alright. Pretty bottom of the barrel when it comes to demons, just because Demon King exists and LR Sodris exists. I'm pretty sure Ignites don't work, so Mod Speed probably wouldn't work. I'm not sure if this Chandler is like any good as an actual unit. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he has a buff and stance cancel. is an AoE Pierce card and then a remove buff card, which is cool if you get like the. Nah, there's not even a point trying to fight for him. He's probably not that great. Derriere possibly, but she has a buff card, which, you know, most phases in Bird you need to get away from damage cap, so you kind of want to use all 4 slots for attack cards. So it probably wouldn't be the best, but she is good. She is good. I do want to level up this guy just because how cool he is. He has a deplete card, which is very good, and demonic beast in case you're stuck in a phase too long, need to get rid of the ult gauge. Cleave is a great card. I'll talk about another guy in a minute who also has a cleave card, and he's nasty for this. And then his ultimate, it's Power Strike, so no matter what level it is, it will be good. His ultimate will be good no matter what. He's kind of an old unit, so his stats gotta suck. But if you ever do get his like a higher ultimate, like 3-6, he does get Abyss, and Abyss is basically just say you pop his ultimate first, and then you use 3 other cards. It will add that damage, and then 20% of that total damage will be done at the start of the next turn. So say you miss damage cap, the Abyss effect will probably kill him if you had him at low HP. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't really recommend using any other units. Because at that point, you're just kind of stretching. Like, obviously, like, Belion sucks. You probably can't get away with using any Melasculas. Yeah, have fun. Red Dian, she is a beautiful unit. You can use her on any team, really. Obviously, try to make her... If you're going to use a team with Dian, try to make it look something like... I don't know. Where is he? Where is he? Try to use, like, Gother. Fez Gother specifically, the old one. This guy has a really good Holy Relic. If you plan on using him in the future, try to not use him until you get his Holy Relic, because that what really makes him really good. I don't think that green Gother, red Gother with the rank ups are any good at all, just because they're shitty AoEs. They're not that great. Let's be real. Everyone knows that. No one's gonna fight me on that. They're just not good. And the debuff, I don't think it even applies. And then yeah, use different race allies, which means you can't use Michelta. They're just gonna lock yourself in the passive like that. It's super annoying. And then like red Gother, obviously he has the if he doesn't take damage passive. But then you gotta use Blue King, which means you gotta change out your other units. I think it's just too much to go for. The new red Gother actually, he is pretty saucy for Bird, I have seen. So you could probably get away with like using this team. This team probably works wonders. Obviously replace this melee for like any melee, except for like Purgatory Meliodas and any of the other bad ones. Try to stick to like Demon King melee, LR Meliodas, Trader Meliodas. Yeah, Purgatory is kind of bad. Solmo Meliodas. I don't think I've ever seen him used in a Demonic Beast, so I probably wouldn't do it, just to be safe. Obviously, none of the other Meliodas are good, realistically. I don't think Scotty's that great for Bird, because the debuffs rarely apply. So, obviously fairies aren't that great. You have King. King's great, but none of the other ones are at all, realistically. Unknowns. Unknowns have a lot of variation. A lot of variation. I probably wouldn't use Hell just because her debuff probably doesn't apply. I've never checked. So I have no clue. But this guy right here, this guy is the actual GOAT. I've used him for like the longest time on Bird. Most of my main teams have him except for like my newest editions because I like damage capping really easily with all my cards instead of like, you know, this card. This card's good, don't get me wrong, but you know, Cleave is there, so. His ultimate is really good. Sure, I have him 6-6. I used to use him not 6-6, and he would do so good. It's not even funny. Cleave is such a good card. You're never really gonna find any use for the stance cancels later on at all, because he's in the stance, the bird. Yeah. And the death damage obviously just does just does a portion. I think what you get, it does a portion of the damage, and I think once you get to 6/6, it does 100% of the damage. I forget if it changes, but you know. There's Albedo for a stance unit on unknowns. You can still use DN on unknowns, I think. I don't think it would affect anything, just because of how good DN is. You could also use the other DN. I don't have her, so I can't give you my judgment on that. The Valentine's, I think it was. I forget. Albedo's great. She's a great bird unit. You can her counter actually says damage cap, bye bye, and just goes past damage cap. It's the funniest thing ever. I forget if Chandler does that, but he probably does such abysmal damage anyways with his counter that I don't think anyone's just ever seen it. But Albedo's counter definitely does a lot of fucking damage. A lot of damage. I probably would avoid using Gelda on Bird. I don't really see any good things coming out of using her. Yeah. Tyr is a boss for Bird. His AoE kinda sucks. It's whatever. The debuff rarely applies. I think only a few phases it applies, so you know. It's whatever. And then you can run Megilda on unknowns with no issues because they all work together. I also forgot to mention that Freyr also has a Holy Relic now from Nadehogger, I think, or Dogs. I can go which one it is. And it's just 3 basic stats in damage. Great stuff. Both Freyrs are gods here. She doesn't. Oh, okay. Doesn't want to work for me. The PvP Freya. She doesn't have a passive. Her Holy Relic doesn't work in this Demonic Beast. But it doesn't matter. Both their single targets are gods here. And her ultimate is another Abyss ultimate, which is great. It doesn't even matter what level it is. It's still an Abyss ultimate, which makes it good. It's not much damage, obviously, because you need to have a higher level. Mine's not that high level. I think this Freya is definitely better. I'm sure she has an AoE, but like Pierce Rate can be good sometimes, since, you know, added damage and whatnot. Blood card, Freya. There's really not much else to say. Free attack stats. In Ragnarok, most like unknown units you'd actually use and stuff is the Ragnarok anyways. So, you know, free stuff, I guess. Yeah. Probably another team you could run right here. But I don't want to stray too far away like I have already. I'm gonna use a pretty fun team today. Gonna go Escador, Demon King Meliodas. Where is he? Use LR Zodras. If I don't use LR Zodras, I could just use Blue King, but I feel like LR Zodras is gonna be a bit of fun. Escanor doesn't actually mess with anybody else in a passive, right? Yeah, he's a solo unit. That's hilarious. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so this whole team works in... this whole team works. Zeldris is also a solo passive, right? Yeah. 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 And then Melly, obviously he works with demons and sins. Where is it? Demons and sins. You have a sin and you have a demon. Works fine. Megilda, she's just there for support. I used to use... I've been using Demon King instead of Zeldris, but I'm just gonna use Zeldris today because... why not, right? And the card set I'll be using is the... single target damage increase. It's the bird card, so you kind of have to like get the card first to use this card set, which is kind of annoying from bird. You can use a number of card sets. I'd probably change your team depending on the card set that you're using. Like I know a lot of people use the summer card set, which gives a 3% attack related stats per human and unknown. So if you just run humans and unknowns, then it's free stuff. There's really not too many actually really good passes besides like humans, take less damage, have more HP. That's cool. There's the Goddess one. The Goddess card set is probably the best one for a race-specific card set so far. There's the Stance one if you're using DN. I'd probably recommend this if you are using DN, so she stays alive. Even though she probably should be dying. You have this. This one's great. More HP, less damage taken, because you know the bird likes the debuff. You'll be clearing it a lot with Megelda, so it's really just for the HP. So, and then you obviously have the demons card set, which is pretty good. Resistance card set, it's there. It's there. I will be using the. It really doesn't matter. Just go like focus attack, focus HP, focus defense. I don't know why you're focusing defense. I just use attack or HP. You don't really need, yeah, unless you need the CC. I don't. Is there a way to get out CC by this boss? I forget. Yep, is the team overriding? And let's go. I'll briefly explain each floor, each phase, and there'll be no pausing. Let's see how this goes. I think this team should work fine. LR Zodris is a really good unit, so yeah. Let's go. Alright, bird time. Alright, let's see. First turn, just gonna boom, boom, boom. Crazy. Get that out of my head. This phase. Really, just get out of here. Doesn't really matter how fast you do it. You can get out of here in 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns. I forget what happens if you stay here too long. Just try not to. If your main issue is staying in this phase too long, I definitely just take a break from this and, I don't know, work on your gear, stuff like that. It's really not worth it if you're just gonna die on this phase. So, yeah. Alright, let's get these cards out of my hand. How long does the Zodris buff last for? Yeah, I make out his face. Let's get this card out of my hand. I will say, Demon King Melly and Megelda have a little bit of clashing in their, the way they don't work together at all. You need to clear debuffs with Megelda, and Bird doesn't apply too many debuffs at all. So the debuff that you would cleanse with Melly's, Megelda's passive through her heal card, you wouldn't really get the basic stats at all because you know Melly kind of cleanses it anyways. So you're just kind of stuck with Melly screwing you over. So I'm just gonna boom. So just does damage, so we're doing good. Is that damage cap? Nope. No damage cap in the second phase either. Phase 1 and phase 2 are really simple, just do as much damage as you can, get out of the phase, go on to the next phase, cool stuff like that. If you're really dependent on the stat buffs from Megelda, I would try to set in phase 1 and phase 2 for as long as you can, so you can build up some momentum, get some basic stats going, so you can get through phase 3. Phase 3 does have damage cap, so you kind of have to, you know, be ready for that. Also, phase 4 is honestly, in my opinion, the hardest floor in this entire boss. Each phase, hardest phase, and yeah, the entire boss fight. Just because it's stupid. You'll see. Let's do this. Set of my hand. My cat won't stop bothering me. I should be focusing on his damage cap actually. I'm not gonna get out of this floor in 1 turn now. Oh, I lied. Forgot I supposed that guy. Forgot. Alright. Alright, let's see. All creation. Give me out that. Level 2. She can do it. Alright. Alright. Yeah. It's just... Basically, on this floor, on this phase specifically, he has this really cool 25,000 defense increase. So you have to have a lot of attack to do damage to him at all. Or you could use Power Strike. Power Strike is probably the best way to get through his 25,000 defense increase. Or you could just fully rush it like this and win the game. Alright, cool. That's floor 1 of this bird done. My cat won't stop bothering me. What do you want? Alright. That's floor 1 done. Into floor 2. Floor 2, I don't remember anything in particular being annoying. I think he has a one-shot in phase 2. You need to get away from and you have to kill in 1 turn. Which is probably the most, like, hurdle-worthy phase in this entire boss fight. So, that's what you want to look forward to having fun in. Alright, let's see. We're going to get this out of the way. Boom. Actually, I'm using Outlander Soda, so I might as well use his passive correctly. Boom. 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 And get some defense stats from Melly. I might as well get the crit damage up. Alright. Cool. You don't need to rush, you know. You don't need to get out of this floor, phase 1, as fast as possible at all. Just take your time. If you need to take 3 turns, take 3 turns. Just try to get out before he ultimates. And that really goes for any phase. Try to get out before the boss ultimates, or else you're kind of screwed. Also, I just noticed that the bird is attacking Escanor and not Zeldris, and Zeldris is the guy who has Red Arm, so Escanor is going to be dying, or taking damage a lot, but he's that guy, so, you know, he won't die. Alright, let's get out of this phase. Let's get out of this phase. If you're using Escanor, try to save his single target for phase 2. And that goes for any death damage, abyss damage, whatever you think. Alright, here. I'll show you. Alright, hurry up. Get this out of my way. Okay, so in this phase, he has this funny card called Blaze, and he inflicts 35,000 of his attack. He just one-shots you. There's no way around it. He just one-shots you. I've yet to see a team that can withstand the one-shot. Maybe if he fails every single crit somehow, and you have really good stats, maybe you'll survive it. If not, then you're just gonna die. Like, this team would just die. Any good team would just die. So try to avoid it. You do not want to use a heal card if you want the stats. Boo-hoo. You need to use 4 attacks. You need to get the final death damage, abyss damage, anything. You need to get a little bit of extra damage off at the end because you're going to be screwed. And save that for the last slot. Never use it early. There's no point. There's no point. Roxy, also, if you're not, say you're not using Escanor or Freya for abyss or death damage, she also has that, and you can save her a single target. Or actually, no, because for humans, it counts for every single target. So realistically, humans is probably better, if anything. So we're gonna try to get out of here. Yeah, we're gonna try to get out of here. Yeah, there's no point in. Don't hold back on this phase. You don't want to stay. You do not want to stay on this phase. Get out. that's phase 2 objective. Get out. Alright. Cool. We have the 1 bar of health left. Escanor. So he's gonna kill him. He's gonna come back. And then death damage. Now he's dead. Make sure you have that. If you're using Freyr and he's your only source of extra damage, get his ultimate in phase 1. And save the ultimate for last, and then kill him in phase 2 with the ultimate. Alright. Let's see. Phase 3. I think phase 3 is the floor when he is the phase. I think you have to use 4 attacks in this phase as well. I don't think damage cap matters. Oh, there is damage cap, but you know, you don't need to worry about hitting extra damage because he won't revive himself like he does in the last phase, which is super annoying, by the way. But I'm gonna, you know, use my damage, extra damage, just in case. Oh yeah. So each card you use, he changes his buff slots, and at the first one is defense-related stats. Second was recovery rate and regeneration rate, and then the third one, if you only use 3 cards and he survives, he will get an insane attack buff, and one of your characters is just dead. He's gonna one-shot them. He's just gonna use a single target that one-shots your character, and there's nothing you can say about it. Just use 4 attacks, guarantee the kill, don't hold back, because the last phase on this on 4-2 is a joke. He does nothing. You can use your weakest cards. He would just do nothing to you. This phase is just relax, get max health, do as much damage as you can, and just kill him. Make sure you exit this floor with max health if you can. If not, it's fine. You know, not everyone's perfect. Nothing you can do about it. And then just get out of this floor. There is damage cap as well, obviously. If they turned up damage cap for all the phases, then this boss would be a breeze. Melee would just one-shot everything. And Albedo already does. And, you know. But she's a collab unit, so I'd rather not showcase it. Maybe people don't summon for collabs, you know. Unfortunate. It's, you know, gotta get lucky as well. So. Alright, floor 3. The final floor. Here we go. Forgot to mention, there's also these passives that you can get. These are fine. You take more crits, you take more damage from crits. You know, decreases my attack and defense at the end of every turn. And decreases his damage taken by 40%. Realistically, I don't think any of them matter. There is one passive he gets where he revives on the last phase of this floor. Let me get in here. And it's probably the worst passive you can get, but you know, you can just thug it out. You can get through it. It's not even gonna like stop you from doing anything the entire game until you get to the last floor anyways, at the last phase. So just, you know. Oh my god, what do you want? The cats won't stop bothering me. Oh my gosh, doing something. Alright. Let's see. Alright, let's get on out of here. Alright, same case for every other phase 1. Just get on out of here. Trish tried to leave before he gets his ultimate. He's a bit tankier. It's floor 3 now. Wait, I don't know what you expected. If you don't think he was gonna be tankier. Alright. He does a bit of damage. He gives more debuffs. So you can actually use your Miguelda card now. I really wish I had Red Tarbio Link on Escrow right now. Alright, there's the debuff. You get some basic stats from Miguelda. And we're gonna try to get on out of this phase. Don't use all your super valuable cards. Try to save them. Yeah. But try to get out of this phase before he ultimates. That's your goal. Don't let him ultimate you. That's bad. He gets a bunch of buffs from it. You can't hit him unless you have a buff removal. But he's immune to buff removals, so you're kind of stuck there. So just try to get out before he ultimates. That's your goal. Alright. Phase 2. I forget what happens in phase 2. I think he reflects damage? What happens in phase 2? Alright, we're gonna find out together. Phase 2. What do we got? The damage cap? Nah. Yeah, 224 is damage cap. So it's like what, 30%? Oh, it's more like 25. Let's open this phase. Oh, do these cards in this phase, okay. Okay, that's it. Alright. Let's get on out of here. Actually, let me get some crit damage from his passive real quick. And we'll get his ultimate. Alright. I will say his AoE is way weaker than Demon King's. It's probably because Demon King gets a bunch of attack-related stats from his passive anyways, so... Yeah. Okay, this phase. This phase, every turn you stay in here, he gives you a new permanent debuff that you cannot get rid of. It says it right here. So for each turn, he gives a new one. First one is stances. You can never use stances again for the entire boss. But there's only one more floor, so if you have to, if you're using like Diane, and you can't one-shot him in the first turn, that's fine. You know, phase 4 of this boss isn't on the last floor. Isn't the worst, so it's fine. The second one, debuff skills. I'm not using any debuff skills. Actually, I'm using one. Zodra's is AoE. So try to avoid it if you're really dependent on your debuff skills. If not, it's fine. Buff skills. Like I said before, try not to use any buff characters. But there are some characters like Red Matrona. She's really good. Stance unit, but her stance is a buff. So, you know. Oh, she's actually not a stance unit. She's a taunt unit. Yeah, try to avoid it if you can. If you are using it, just try to get out of here as fast as you can. It's fine if not. Obviously, just try to get out before turn 4. Try to clear in 3 turns at the least. Clear in 3 turns. At the most, try to clear in 1 turn. Clear in 2. Clear in 3. You don't want to get your attack sealed. Don't rely on ultimates. They're good, sure, but like, just get out of here, man. Just get out of here. There's no point in staying here. There's just no point. Alright. Damage cap 316, looks like 30%. Zodra's not hitting damage cap, is the worst thing I've seen all day. Very sad. Still a good unit. Actually, I think Demon King. Nah, because Demon King kind of locks himself to only getting buffs from the others, so... really doesn't matter. You could put anybody there. Alright, last phase. I don't think anything in particular happens in this phase. You kind of just want to kill him. Ah, here we go. If he gets his debuff skill, he gets this cool thing where he disables anything but attack skills, and decreases your attack by 40%, which is a lot, but you do have a debuff removal, and then any character that you're also using could have a debuff removal, like Melee, for example. You know, great stuff. Bird. I don't know why I said that. The buff is super annoying. He gets evasion, he gets basic stats, and the evasion is for the entire turn. It's not a one-hit thing, so kind of sucks. His ultimate, not the most powerful thing in phase 4. I'm glad they did it like that. That's great. But try to avoid it. Try to get out of here before he does ultimate. I forget if he has a revive. We're gonna find out together real quick. Let me just get the ultimate. Oh, I forgot. Zodra's commitment. You know, maybe Zodra's wasn't the best play. Kinda like... stops you from ult rushing. I don't think I'll be running Zodra's again. Yeah. That passive is... that commitment. That passive? It's not a commitment, it's passive. His passive is pretty annoying. Alright. I forget how the targeting works in this then. Is he going by lowest HP? 339, 229, 335, 449. Maybe defense? It's not defense. I have no clue what it is, I'll be honest. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this, and let's do this. I think the revive is only if you have the passive, right? I don't think it revives normally, right? Yeah, he doesn't revive normally. Phase 4 of 4, 2, and 3 are kind of a joke. They're kind of a joke. Cool Zodras windscreen. Cool Zodras windscreen. The W for Cool Zodras windscreen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Bird. If you have any questions, just ask me below. If you have units you think you might want to use, or, you know, maybe you're on shortage of units, and you only have, like, Giant Scotty, and you don't have, like, Meliodas, just, you know, ask questions. I'll be able to reply, probably. I don't see why I wouldn't. Yep. Maybe I'll do a video on the next beast if I ever feel like it. I probably will. I don't see why not. Yeah, I think that's it for me. You guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. Adios.